look, most people think, he must be so rich because he owns so many restaurants and stuff like that. I think it's 6 or 7 restaurants, right? But the margins are so slim so you try to find other ways of one, first of all, increasing those margins, but also then finding other ways of bringing revenues overall in your portfolio businesses.
Yeah, our industry is so tough. We have about like 5% is the average margin for restaurants in our industry, which is very tight. That's why many restaurants struggle to survive, particularly on slow seasons. Because when you go through slow seasons, like in the summer, maybe like
Yeah.
chicken went up or steak goes up because you're in a commodity business. It doesn't really stay stagnant on your food costs. You lose your margin.
Right.
And then when you have no money coming in and you
Yeah.
lost money, then how do you survive? So
Right.
one of the things that we have done is really diversified our sales model. And by looking at inverse correlations on how we get sales in the restaurant industry. I'm a creative person by instinct, but I can tell you the hustle is out of necessity. Because if not, you just kind of do what you do right and stick
Yeah.
with it, right? But in the
Right.
restaurant industry, you really have to be creative to survive. So we have our USDA plant that we created to sell wholesale. So we sell to luxury hotels our baked items, and that was out of necessity to during COVID, they closed us down and we had to figure out who would buy this product that would stay open.
Yeah.
So that gave us a different, diverse business model. QVC came up to us and said, would you sell? And at that time, our manufacturing plant didn't have any sales other than their restaurant. So we said, yes. Pretty much we said yes to everything. Said yes.
Right.
And what was the question again? It was, we'll take anything. And that's what we did. But we learned, by the way, we didn't always make money on these ventures, but I think that's okay because you learn period, you get to learn those best lessons, and then you can apply it later on, which is what we've done now. Is from those QVC programs, from everything we've done there, we learned, okay, in the wholesale, how do we do this? So we have a healthcare business now. We have a wholesale business now. We do airports, universities, pretty much the restaurants. And so we're going to go into retail. And that's one of the things that's Big Beautiful Bill allowed us to do is to really look at continued expansion when you talk about manufacturing.